The attaché case is a gun and 100 rounds of ammunition. All untraceable. All yours to do with as you see fit.
Alright, welcome back to the channel, welcome if you're new, and welcome back to the Unreleased, and this time we're looking at something called 100 Bullets for the PS2. So, first time, by the way, from me, doing a PS2 Unreleased prototype, so there's that, right? And this one's, well, kinda cool in its own way. There's also a lot to say about it, right? Also, right off the bat, I got myself a bit of a bug, right? Snivel. So if I sound weird, that's the reason why, right? My apologies, of course. But yeah, so anyways, when it comes to this, so the reason why this game was never released was because of Acclaim going out of business. And as far as this goes, it needed at least 3 to 4 months for the completion, right? And, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Can't really say much about it. Other than that, I will press start. By the way, right, let's do that, and I will pause it, because it, you know, otherwise gonna play the movie. So there's that, right? And, but yeah, so Acclaim went out of the business. This never came out to be. That's the reason why. But the thing about it, it's, well, first of all, based on the comics, right? 100 Bullets is the comic. And, yeah, I don't know how really popular it was, but apparently it's like Vertigo DC, right? DC comics, of course, are known for Batman, Superman, right? So, you know, kind of from there, I guess, in a sense, right? Vertigo, I don't really know much. And the thing is about comics is that we personally here in my country really didn't get them that much, right? There were some, but not as much. So, you know, we mostly had like Disney comics. So there's that, right? But yeah. And yeah, as far as the game goes, it's third-person shooter, right? Kind of has that edge going on. You'll see, right? That was, you know, early 2000s, mid-2000s edge. Seems like the game is quite a bit taking from something like Max Payne, in my opinion. Kind of has like similar look and feel to it. Yeah, you just go from A to B and, you know, deal with a bunch of dudes. And it gets repetitive. Not gonna lie, over time it kind of gets repetitive. But again, this is not finished product. Also, it has quite a bit of graphics glitches. Low textures, right? Kind of well reasoned because it's, again, it's prototype work in progress, and usually polishing comes in like maybe last month, maybe last 2 months, right? So there's that. And when it comes to a whole thing, well, there's 2 levels, more or less full levels, right? And they were kind of pitched to E3. Then there's a bunch of unused levels, so there's quite a bit of content as well. So we're gonna try to look at that. We're not gonna go through both levels, we're just gonna look at them, otherwise this will be very lengthy. There is things happening, like this first level, the boss, I guess, in the first level is like a helicopter, right? But there's a lot of sound issues and whatnot. So yeah, but not gonna go that far. And, there's one thing, there's also a huge debug menu, like with everything. You can have like free camera, you can check out all kinds of things. all kinds of info about memory usage, all the stuff basically is here. But also the cool thing about it, it has the level select. One thing we must do though is to trigger the game to get the weapon, right, which happens really early in the first stage. And then we also will gonna go further, we're gonna get the ability, which is pretty cool in this game, called like Rage ability, you'll see, right? So we get these two things, we are saving the game, I guess, you know, I don't know, right here, right? If we can, we definitely can load, right? But, you know, apparently you must save, then load it, and then you can check out other levels, because we still can. But if you don't do those things, right, get the gun, well, getting the gun is probably the main one, right? Without ability, you can kind of live without. Yeah, getting the gun is kind of essential, because it kind of triggers you having gun, right, in you know, upcoming levels as well, that you choose to play afterwards through the debug. Otherwise, they're not there. And there is, in a debug, a cheat like to get all the weapons, right, which is pretty cool as well. We're probably going to check it out, you know, different weapons that the game has, quite a bit of selection actually, but yeah, they don't work in that way, right? So you must save and load, so there's that. So we're gonna try that, right? But basically, yeah, that's the info, right? Again, Acclaim went out of business, that's why this game never came out to be. Otherwise, I think it would be pretty cool, right? So, a bit repetitive, but I will assume the finished product would have way more going on and all that, right? So, but yeah, let's jump into it, right? And check it out. So this is it, right? So, you know, there is some text as well, right? Like action, you can interact with some objects like doors, gates. When the action icon appears, press circle, action, right? So there's that. Also, disclaimer, I'm terrible playing these games on controller, by the way. I'm more of a, you know, mouse and keyboard, but this is PS2, so there's that. So yeah, I kind of suck. And you can see there's like lines going on, right? So there's a bit of a graphics glitches. The game would look a bit like comic book in a sense, maybe, right? Kind of has like, well, it has like those PS2 graphics, right? Pretty much, but a lot of things are low poly. So there's that, right? Also, so this is debug menu. We can do quite a bit here, right? I'm not gonna mess around too much, but I think there was like 16, yeah, aspect ratio. But the thing is, it doesn't look that good, right? This is the way to probably play it on the screens right nowadays, but it doesn't really look that well, so we gotta keep it 4:3. And yeah, there's a bunch of other things, right? So, but not gonna mess around, because otherwise game crash, right? Because I don't know really what they mean most of the time, right? And all that. But there's definitely a lot when it comes to debug, as you can see, right? So there's that level select, right? And these two levels are E3, as you can see, right? It kind of says that streets in a state. Then there's logos, beginnings, sequences, right? Intros, menus, whatnot, and then from 15. It kind of starts to go, or I guess from 19, right? There's like a bunch of more level, right? So you can check out. So there's quite a bit of content, right? Some in-game save, load menus, right, and all that. There's a lot of things check out, like, but yeah. So that's that, right? So we can check them out, I guess. But not gonna do it now, right? Because again, we need a gun. So let's go and, I guess, play this a bit. So yeah, melee, even without a gun, you can attack enemies with X. Right. Again, pretty fast one-hit deaths.
So much for doing this the quiet way.
Right. Wouldn't probably be the thing. destructible objects you can interact with or which are destructible will turn your crosshair blue. Yeah, that thing code size, right? Memory used down there. I tried to remove, couldn't remove it. Right, so there's that. So we do this. And then probably a bunch of dudes gonna come out, right? Obviously. Alright, so there's that. I mean, not bad. Right, I do like this. But again, I kind of suck with the controls. They're pretty good. The game works nice. I will say the skeleton is here. The core game is here. So there's that. So yeah, crouch. You will automatically crouch to enter small openings. And we're in, right? Yeah, that line, by the way, is his tie, and I will assume it would move around, but it's not really implemented yet, so it looks like he has, you know, I guess a stick coming out of his mid parts, right? So there's that. There's also free camera, actually. Don't remember exactly where it was. So yeah, it's actor tool store demon, apparently, right? So it's like a free camera, and we can actually check the dude out, right? And all that, right? There's more, probably a lot of more unused stuff as well, right? We can see there's going to be some dudes as well, and all that, right? So there's that. Which is kind of cool, right? I always like this. There's quite a bit actually rendered as well, right? Well, building up there, buildings around even, right? We still have stuff that was outside, right? This outside section is still rendered, by the way, which is kind of interesting. And there's these things you never see, right? Some sausage truck, for example, and all that, right? So there's, yeah, things we never see even, which is interesting. Takes a lot of memory, of course. I think the finished product wouldn't have all of this, because, you know, what's the point really to have all of this, right? So there's also some rat, apparently, right there, right? But yeah, so it's kind of cool. They give you these, well, I guess they didn't really give us any tools, right? We kind of using something that's a no-no, right? But I think they will be okay with us, right? So that's, you know, messing around. So let's play the game. See what we can find here. There's dudes, right? Right, so you can cover, you can use corners of walls and objects for cover. Walk up behind the boxes and press circle action, which I'm gonna do. Alright, we're gonna try it out. Blind fire, step to the very corner and you will be able to shoot from the corner, right? So something like this. Right, again, light is all messed up here, as you can see. But yeah, not bad. Kind of Max Payne-y though, like very Max Payne in my opinion. And we can do some stuff like this as well, right? No slow motion, sadly. Otherwise it would really be Max Payne, right? But yeah. Still, right, can do that and all, so yeah, not bad. Right, I do like this.
What's shaking, Cole? You are. Nah, brother, I'm stirred.
Again, low poly graphics, right? Kind of looks terrible. The faces and all that. But again, it will come later. Yeah, I'm not good at this. It takes time, right, to get used to. Because I'm more like a PC, you know, gamer, I guess. Painkillers, right? That definitely is max pain. So I can go through and go backwards, I guess. And there's a bunch of dudes as well. Yeah, there is a bit of auto aim, mainly because of the thing, which is PS2, right? Controller and all that. Because it is a bit stiff, still in that era. You know, it wasn't really optimized. I think like PS3, Xbox 360, right? That's where they kind of really optimized controls for action games like these and FPS games, right? Because of online. So yeah. Back then it still was pretty stiff. Also I'm out, but I think we have more gun. So there's that. Right. Yeah, an interesting thing, by the way, that I don't think, well, maybe, I don't know, but there is a Russian version of this that they actually bootlegged and sold. Sadly I can't get my hands on it. Mainly because, okay, the elevator up to the casino must be unlocked by security. Okay, but because of, you know, Russian sites and whatnot, right? And all that, right? So there's that. Right, I can do this. Kind of lay down. Okay, this dude's suicidal. Because yeah, you know, because of the situation, Russian forums are not accessible, or there's a lot of like malware and whatnot, right? But apparently, yeah, bootleg exists, and I would assume what they did there is that they actually patched it, right? Which could be the case. From what this has, kind of glued it together and, you know, bootleg the game out of it. Which could be the best experience, actually. But again, I can't really get my hands on it. So yeah. Maybe someday, right? Who knows? But yeah. Also these, yeah, we can go through. I would assume we could open them. Maybe. Like in Max Payne, right? Get some weapons. But not now. And yeah, after the casino section we get the rage meter. Also gonna save, right? Because this game does crash sometimes. So let's do that. Well, I need probably save after this. That would be smarter. But yeah, that's the thing as well about Russian version. Kind of forget to mention it in the beginning. But yeah. So they kind of bootleg. Same they did with like Thrill Kill, and recently I did a game on PS1 which also was unreleased. Torque, Legend of Ogre Crown. You can check it out. That one also is bootlegged as well. But those two games have way more content. Also I'm out of gun, and this is what happens, right? It kind of loads the stage in a weird way, right? But what we can do here, we can go in and get ourselves all weapons right here.
Put your weapon down and step away from it.
Right, so there's a bunch of guns like that. The sounds are weird for them, as you can hear. But yeah, these are kind of different guns. There is kind of destructive environment a bit. which is pretty cool. But yeah, I do like that. Right, so pretty cool stuff. And there's more, right? Shotguns as well.
Hold it right there.
Right. Kind of weird animation, right? There's more shotgun. There's quite a bit. That's the cool thing. There's quite a bit of weaponry in this game as well. And again, I would play something like this way back. 100%. I do like these games. They're great. Yeah, the sounds are completely messed up though. Right. But yeah. And again, some are like, okay, low cover. Besides walls, you can also use tables and other low objects for cover. Walk up against one and press circle. Right, so push up on the left thumbstick to stand up behind low cover. Right, which doesn't work, by the way. At least in my case. But yeah, pretty cool. And there is destructive environment, which is kind of awesome. Okay, still alive. Right, so you get the, okay, we have also this, which is good old rocket launcher, right? I guess that dude killed him. Right, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this gun is crazy good. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we have rocket launchers as well. Right. Grenade launchers, I mean, all kind of goodies. So yeah, not bad. Also some red car. Probably can't shoot it. Yeah. Right, I think we're close to the place where we get the rage. Right, so I mean that gun is crazy good. So let's try something else here. Yeah, it is a bit slow, right? Move around like this. Not the fastest thing, but again, wrong button on my part. But yeah, still, right? Kind of when you get used to it, it's not bad. The controls are pretty responsive as well. Right, and down here I think is the spot, so I'll save, because this is pretty cool, by the way. pretty cool, I guess, ability this game would have, right? Which is like the rage. Right, so you now have the rage meter. As you kill enemies, the meter will fill up, right? So there's this. And you hold L1 and then use R1 to target enemies around you. Right, so you do that. So we're gonna hold it. I did mess it up a bit. You kind of target them. I mean, it is a bit clunky, right? But you do this. The rage meter is going places. And, yeah. Didn't kill the enemies, right? Game thinks of, you know, a pistol, right? I didn't mess it up, but you got the point, right? So I will save now in the save state. Well, I will try, right? Let's try state, which is the second level, if it works. And this is the chick, right? Oh, she has the guns. Okay, so this is how it works. Because before that it didn't. Also the rage meter is here. And all the guns are here as well. Alright, so this would be the second stage. It does a bit lag, right? As you can tell. But we play with this chick. Which, you know, pretty good, I guess. Alright, a bit diversity, which is nice. But there will be more stuff that is not finished at all, right? So let's see. Right, dude with a rocket launcher shot his own dudes. Oh boy. Okay, that was my bad. Yeah, I guess it lags because of the helicopter. So yeah, let's try more guns, I guess. Yeah, these, like, extended magazine, I guess, automatic. Alright, these are nice. Okay, he's still alive. Yeah, find a way to blow up the wall. Okay. We can still do this as well. With her. Right. Alright, so there's the dude with a rocket launcher. I guess that's what we're gonna do, right? barely, I guess, maybe. And yeah, I will assume this chick is like, well, I don't know, from the other team, I guess, or whatever, right? 'Cause those dudes, these ones, right, we shot with the guy before. So I guess they're kind of like, I don't know, rivals maybe, some gangs, who knows. Because apparently from the information, this chick was not in the comics. She was created for this game, specifically, right? So the dude is from the comics, so, in the first stage. Right, so there's, yeah, I guess destructible environments and all that, a little bit, right? As I mentioned, which is great, I do like that. PS2 was capable of that, which is nice to see. Because yeah, these are like special forces dudes, I guess. And yeah, first sequence we've done. Oh, and that's it, actually. Right, so there it is. So that would be the whole demo, right? The second stage, very short. But yeah, that's what they pitched. Right, and there's menus suddenly. Right, so these are the two levels, actually. Tutorial level, and this is the one we played just now. Oh, that's interesting. Are we gonna take from the load again? Right, so we're gonna check out more. So these are logos, beginning boot up sequences, right? So we're not gonna do these. So yeah, let's check out boxing ring. So that's like the first one that's not accessible normally, and well, it looks like a completely different game. So this would be like a boss battle, I would assume. From my understanding. And yeah. And that dude's like, I don't know, 3 times bigger than a chick. Right? So I don't know if she could really knock him out like that, realistically speaking. Right, it's not like insult, right? Because I know 2025, but still, right? Realistically speaking, right? So that's like a boxing match. But yeah, so that's boxing ring. Streets will be the next one. So gonna go through them a bit, right, just to showcase what they have and all that. So there's also another ability, at least that was kind of like advertised, which would be using hostages as well. I don't know if it's here in the files. And talking about files, this I saw is like 1.6 gigs or something. So, you know, quite a bit of stuff. Quite a bit of stuff. So yeah. Right, rage meter is gone, sadly. But we do have guns, right? Right. So this is cool. I do like this. Very Max Payne, in a sense. Kind of like that. So neighborhood action, right? I don't know why, but whatever. I guess we're gonna fight these dudes. And Sally can't jump, by the way. So wall cover, you can use walls and corners. I know that. Yep, I know that. But not necessary here to do it. Right, so counter, if you're close enough, you can counter an enemy's attack. When an enemy attacks and then counter icon appears, press square. Okay. Well, I don't know, it doesn't really work. Maybe it's this. Right, the movement, maybe. I thought it maybe would be something else, but... Oh, hostage, there it is. Okay, if an enemy is close enough, press triangle. Can we see him? I think that was before, when the dude was not facing me, this guy, right? So then I could grab him. Because that was how it was meant, quite possibly. But it's okay. Maybe there's gonna be more dude, I don't know. I don't want to play this too much, again, for the time's sake. Alright, so again, rage, but I don't think we do have rage. Or maybe we do. Yeah. Oh, it's filled. Almost up. Right. Okay. Well, it doesn't work really. Sadly. Oh, now it works. Yeah, I needed to hold it. So never mind. Well, kinda doesn't work here. So yeah. But yeah, this will be another level. Right. Not bad. So yeah, let's try something else. So, Jim, Cole. Right, Cole is the dude, from my understanding, and Snow is that chick. So those are their names, I guess. Right, so player sees, I don't know, some door crack open. Cole is hiding in a closet, sneaky. I see you. Okay. So there's some level, right, in the gym. Yeah, dudes don't attack me. Said something about sneaky, so this could maybe be like a sneak level. Where we must sneak around. Could be, right, it's hard to say again. I can't shoot through, but yeah, there's nothing. Door is locked, but you know, come on. Yeah, we can hit as well with a gun, I guess. I can't go in, sadly. So that was not available for me. Right, no sound effects as well. Here we can, okay. Oh, there's like an item. Which crashed the whole thing. Right, so there's that. But it's fine, we will be okay. So we're gonna try again. I did save it right, so it will be fine, I think. Yeah, so we're back. So yeah, completely crashed it, right? Threw me out of my, from my emulator. I bet that was gym, right? There's more gym. There's more gym with snow as well. I'm not gonna check it out. I think it was the same. So there's more warehouse. Gonna try it as well. Maybe this one works. There is probably ways to access this, right? Different debug menus and whatnot could maybe open these sequences up, but again, I don't know, and I didn't really go too into when it comes to all of that. But could be. Alright, so there's something here, okay. Weird. But we're here. So this would be another level. Which would be like a shipyard warehouse thing. Right. There's like fat dudes here. Okay. We have fat dudes. A bit hard to kill. I think we can't. Yeah, we can't go in. So there's an invisible wall. Right. And PC is kind of weird. Yeah. Well. Not much to say, right, about this. Right, so things open up, dudes come out. Yeah, stronger enemies, which is interesting. Seems that way, right? Usually not the case, by the way. Right, so there's a state. Isn't this the same? Well, I'll try it, but I think it's the same as this level. With the chick. Oh no, this is different. Yeah, there's more sound effects. That's why I'm moving around. Also feel like she has a boob jiggle physics. Quite possibly. Sadly, we don't have a gun anymore. And there's meat. So I don't know why we don't have a gun. But yeah. I gotta do like that beat. It seems like no one's here as well. Maybe. Yeah. Oh no, there's some dudes. But I think they're my dudes. Yeah. Yeah. And it crashed again. Alright, so this would be some sort of like, I don't know what kind of mission, right? But we don't probably fight at first. So there's that, right? But yeah, let's see what else is here. So that's the stage, right? Goldy Boss. Yeah, sadly things do crash quite a bit. But again, could be debugged. Because there's a lot of options. I think some options work for, different levels. Maybe better, right? Doesn't crash them and crash other levels. Okay, we have some bikini action. Also, she's ripped, by the way. Big time. Okay, well.
Yeah, chickie, you late for party. What's that for?
You killed my mother.
And it crashed. Right, so that would be a boss battle, which is non-existent. There's only a movie, I guess. So, yeah. Some 18 plus themery as well. Who would know, right? And that was like Russian dudes, so But yeah, okay. So that's Goldy, I guess. Warehouse. Okay, so there's like a bomb. So can I? Nope, I can't do it. Okay. Cause yeah, we probably needed to save afterwards, right? We'd take him as a hostage maybe. But we can't do it because we didn't trigger it. Quite a bit of graphics issues here. I can also go through at least these boxes and other stuff as well. Okay. Yeah, well, this is very bare bones, I would say. So yeah. Yeah, some things do have collision, but not a lot of them. That's these have. Well, I'll be dead, right? So we're gonna pause it. Yeah, there's like objectives and everything would be, right? I think some level did have them. But yeah, it's like information. But yeah, that would be warehouse. Seems like would be quite challenging as well to go through. But yeah. So interior state, right? More warehouse. I guess gonna check this one out. Hard to say how much levels would be here. I would assume maybe 7, 8, right? Something like that. Usually games like these kind of have around 8 different kind of levels, I guess. But yeah. And it's kind of run and gun, right? Game, in a sense. A lot of action. I'm sure there's story, right? Some mafia stuff, right? Yeah, these ones are a problem. Kind of tough, right? Jump around like crazy. You can hear them, right? There's footsteps. So that's kind of good. An indication. Right, so I'm dead. Alright, so this will be tough. Tough stuff. Probably need better weaponry as well. So, you know. But, yeah. So, let's see what else is here. Carter. There's boss battle and some load 1, 2. I guess let's try the boss, which would be Warehouse. Carter, I guess, is another character. Could be that chick that was boxing, because I think there's like 3 characters, right? Seems that way. There's a dude and 2 chicks, I would assume. Okay, well, it kind of explains me. Okay, so they're part of snow. Or maybe not. But there is, yeah, this character. What is that? So that was some sort of chick with a lot of guns. I don't know who's that. Yeah, this one barely has graphics. No sound at all. Alright, so do you have a knife? Oh, she follows, okay. So I guess these would follow me. And we must get through the place. I would assume. Maybe. I do have wrong life bar, because I'm playing with a dude. Or maybe that's the chick's life bar. I don't know. But yeah, there's barely anything. Right, so let's see. I mean, there's a load 1. I guess I'll check that one out. Alright, so this would be some sort of sequence, right? We come out from that door. And yeah. I can clearly see Russians gluing a game from this back in the day. Yeah, I'll look it up. Maybe there's like a torrent somewhere, right, where I can get the Russian version of this. Because I'm kind of curious. Because most stuff is here, right, in a sense. Okay. That was weird.
Don't you ever not cold?
Yeah, and that was it.
Hopefully we can still get out the same way.
Oh, and I'll play with a dude. Yeah, gun over here. And yeah, most stuff I meant, like, well, I mean texture wise and all that, right? And then I probably added maybe more stuff. Who knows? This is a strange one, right? Some sort of fire textures. But yeah. Yeah, this would be a maze level. Again, nothing new. Yeah. A lot of traps, right? Stuff like that. Maybe go through. Right, so that would be that, maybe. Or maybe there's more. But yeah, I think this is like still warehouse. We kind of blew it up because there was this one sequence with like those bombs, right? So I will assume that's the case. But yeah, okay, well, not the worst. Let's see. There's Nightclub Roof. Maybe that one is not somewhat worked on, we could check it out. Definitely, right? So the rooftop stage. Shoot him in his balls, right? Crouching would be nice, but I kind of pressed buttons and I didn't find any crouching. Can I even get him? I don't think we can. Okay, never mind. Oh, that's reload, okay. Let's shoot, but yeah, we can't really crouch. Let's punch. But yeah, crouching definitely would be great in this one. I bet this is rooftops. It's kind of self-explanatory. Run around rooftops again, very Max Payne. And I'm dead. Right. Pretty tough as well. Not the easiest thing. But yeah, that would be that. So let's see. So that was Nightclub, so there's Gym Rescue. We did check out Gym, so I don't think I'm gonna check that one out. Securities. The Securities. There's also Estate More. Probably not gonna touch it as well. But I'm interested in Securities. I mean, they could be different, but again, for timing's sake, I guess you get the point. Right. So yeah, would be a cool game. I think very nice addition for like that era of gaming, right? Again, nothing much. So there's, Megan Dietrich, right? Yeah. You see my cameras, Dietrich Industries, or Securities rather. Corporated. Corporation, I don't know. This looks very blown out when it comes to graphics, like very sharp. There's no shadows, I think. That's why it looks that way. Okay, this is locked. Also locked. Can go in. And that's also locked. It seems like there is more environment there. But yeah, we need like a key card maybe. Which I feel like is not here. Oh, never mind. Some stupid dude. Don't know where he came from. Oh, maybe there's a card here somewhere. But probably not, right? Oh, never mind. Look at that. There's actual trigger. So where's Megan? Ooh, look at that. Oh, they record. Okay. Oh, that's really nice. You can see. Right, so there's cameras. So we can shoot them. But that's cool. Like that. So yeah, you should sneak around a bit, right? Not to be seen. I would assume when you're seen, maybe a bunch of dudes would come out, right? Attack us. There's action here. Or at least, yeah, it was. Well, it's that, I guess. Let's see, Shipyard. Well, I mean, we were. But it was called different. It was called Warehouse. So, real quick. For the curiosity's sake. Is this the same shipyard? Maybe something else. Maybe it doesn't work even. Seems like, well, maybe it will. Hard to say. Yeah, well, looks a bit different. Secure the bombs, but I think it's the same. Shipyard, yeah, it's the same. Only nighttime. It's strange moon. Kind of slapped there. But why not, right? Yeah. Now these dudes are a bit too much. Could be we can't kill them, even. Never checked out this guy. Oh, now he's dead. Yeah, and there is some attention, right, to detail as well, right? You know, oil comes out. Right. Nice touch, right, graphically. So definitely trying. Oh. Well then, I mean, why not? Dude just picks me up and throws me. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much, I get the point. So there's that. Yeah, there's a lot. Again, I can see Russians gluing this together. Very curious about that Russian version. If it's even real, right? Could be fake, but something tells me it's real. Right? Could be just this as well. I mean, wouldn't surprise me. But yeah. 𝘖𝙗𝙩 Boss. Okay, let's check it out. See what's up, right? And, well, there's a bit more left, and then I guess we're gonna be done with this. Again, a bit too lengthy, but it's hopefully fine. So, again, tell me what's happening. So it could be like maybe different mechanic or something. Okay. So we couldn't stand behind the pillars for too long. Right. Because they explode, probably would kill me as well. maybe like specific way to kill him as well. Because it doesn't seem like we can kill him. Right, yeah, more stuff would come out. More dudes, right? So we probably wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I did not know we can do that. We can actually explode cars. It's pretty cool, but we can't deal with the dude. Yeah. So he's like invincible. Okay, so that would be some sort of boss battle, which is scripted probably, and you know, you must deal with dudes first and then maybe you can kill him, something like that. So yeah, there's casino vaults. Yeah, so there's things that are not loading properly, which really sucks. So probably gonna be dead. Yeah, almost dead. But doesn't really work well. There's like invisible walls. I have no idea how I got here. Yeah, this whole section there. But yeah, I don't know. Probably gonna, well, not really, probably gonna fall through. Yeah, Sally can go back. And this spot is kind of broken a bit as well. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, but I'll be dead. I think. Somehow survived, right? Still going with a shitty gun. Let's go with this. Yeah, there's vaults, which probably is casino as well, right? Could be that's like the maybe even last boss, or last level rather, is the casino stage. Or maybe it's part of the, well no, I don't think it's part of the first, because first one didn't have that sequence at all. So this is probably something else, right? Maybe the last level, or something like that. Feels like the last level, you know, right before the last boss battle. Something opens, right? And we're fighting some money dude. So I would assume that's possibly the case, right? Bunch of dudes as well. Right, that's actual save point. Okay. Right, no, don't do it. I think it's gonna crash. No? Maybe not. It would collect something at least. So even save system is, I guess, here. I don't know if it works, but maybe. Splash sequence. Oh, that's, yeah, old Acclaim. Yeah, that one we didn't see, we see this one, right? So never mind. We see that one. Right, language select. Yeah, there is languages, by the way. I don't know if they work. I think they don't. Press French. Now it shows me this, right? Acclaim Studios. And it's still in English. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess around with languages, but yeah. Yeah, that's intro movie. Well, there's some sort of cutscene here, which is a Acclaim logo. And that's it. Yeah, it kind of throws me back to the start. Concept art. Okay. We have this chick has made. And that's, I guess, it. Goes back and, could be there's more of it, but we can't sadly access that. Yeah, is there any brief menu? Okay, back. It doesn't really do anything, right? Okay. So there's mostly like, I don't know, menus, right? Stuff like that. Logo, attract, begin. And yeah, that's the movie. So, yeah, upgrades. And upgrades doesn't work. Right. So, yeah, I guess. Well, it's the same as here. Actually, just noticed, so I guess we're gonna go with thanks screen if it doesn't disappear, right? And yeah, thanks for the watch, right? This was 100 Bullets. Never came in fall 2004. And yeah, could be probably pretty decent shooter. Again, reminds me a lot of like Max Payne. And other, you know, shooters like that, maybe even Matrix in a sense, right? Something similar. There were a bunch like these, you know, back in the day. But again, this one has like that, I guess, that interesting ability, which is Rage, which I think was unique, right? For its, well, as far as this one goes. But yeah, I think it will be fine. I think this will be a fine shooter. Again, I'm very curious about that Russian version, if it does exist for real. Something tells me it does, you know, which means they possibly glued it together with all the assets and everything that's available here. You know, patched it up, and it's possibly playable, even. But hard to say, really. But yeah, and of course shame about Acclaim as well. They were kind of well known, you know, mostly 90s I would say. But yeah, sadly didn't work out right for them, and this was, well, probably one of the last games they worked on. So there's that. But yeah, pretty lengthy one. Again, I will probably cut a lot of things out, right? Maybe edit a lot. There's going to be a lot of cuts, definitely, to save some time. But yeah, still a pretty cool thing. Check it out yourself. Hidden Palace has it. And yeah, you know, subscribe, like, comment, right? Maybe you know more information about this. So don't hesitate, right, to share it. And yeah, have a good one as always, right? Next time we're gonna check out something else. So yeah, okay, bye.